House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is saying that a tax cut vote is possible before the November election. And joining the company is Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey, Republican. Full disclosure, he is my congressman, and he's on the program. Congressman, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Good to be with you, as always.
What do you make of Ms. Speaker Pelosi's assertion there may be a vote on what tax rate we're all going to pay come January the 1st?
Yeah, well, I guess that's the hallmark of this administration and Speaker Pelosi is you never know what they're going to do and what's going to come next. And that's really what the problem is with this economy. There's just so much uncertainty out there, so who knows what's coming.
If she had the votes to limit the tax breaks to the middle class and tax the rich, if those votes were in place, she'd do it today.
She'd do it today. And that's really what is so ridiculous about this, because she's saying this today, right, about it may come up this week. Well, just this weekend, Steny Hoyer, the majority leader, was saying basically the opposite. He was saying, what sense is there to do it because the Senate can't do it anyway? But if you think about it, that wasn't an impediment when they had cap and trade. Right. You know, Speaker Pelosi was twisting a lot of arms. Let's push through cap and trade. Let's push through health care, even though we didn't know what would happen in the Senate. Health care eventually passed. Cap and trade didn't, thank goodness.
So what do we get after the election? On the assumption that the Republicans make big gains, there's going to be a vote. There has to be a vote of some sort before January the 1st.
You would hope.
Yeah, if you don't get it, everybody's taxes go up, and that would be
terrible.
Big deal.
But it could be retroactive, right?
It could be retroactive. You're absolutely right.
I would think that the Republicans would want to push it off, presuming they win, to January, because then they have their full congressional background.
And a number of us supported the position that we should have absolutely no lame duck session, because look, the folks in lame duck, a lot of them have been already voted out by their constituents, so we shouldn't be coming back for anything. So let's do that, make it retroactive. But I know that's not going to. Well, as much as we can surmise that's not going to occur.
Now that's new to me. That the idea that you let the new Congress be seated as of January, and then retroactively give tax cuts to everybody on the assumption that you've got a big Republican margin in the House, and
the bigger assumption is that they work quickly. They'd have to do this quickly, and that, I think, is the bigger assumption.
Well, you could work quickly. You could simply say, extend it all for 2 years. That would be a relatively simple thing to do.
That would be easy. And actually, that's along the line, well, not along the lines. That'd be a positive thing to say that we do it all for 2 years. But, you know, you hear from some of the Democrats, they say, well, what we need to do right now, either this week or in lame duck, is to extend, just the smaller portion of the tax cuts, right? And when you press them on, they say, well, how long do you want to do that for? Oh, just for a temporary period of time, for 2 years. But what business person, what entrepreneur, what investor is going to rely on a tax code that's only 12 months long, 24 months long? That's still going to have the same uncertainty.
But you have enormous influence. I mean,
well, thank you very much.
Well, you do. If the Republicans achieve a majority in the House, I believe I'm right in saying that you become chairman of the subcommittee on capital markets.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's a possibility, that you would take that position. That makes you one very powerful guy where money is concerned. Are you telling us that you want a full extension, or made permanent, all of the Bush tax cuts?
Absolutely. No one can convince me that raising taxes on any segment of the economy is going to do anything good for the economy with regard to certainty or creating jobs or creating investment. As long as there's uncertainty, there's misinvestment. As long as there's misinvestment, there's lack of proper investment. As long as there's lack of proper investment, there's lack of job creation. Raising taxes will lead to less job creation.
But there has to be some discussion before the end of the year. We have the 2009 extenders that were not discussed, an AMT patch that hasn't been offered. They do have to have a conversation.
Oh, we should have the conversation. Well, we've been having this conversation for a long time. We've been saying, let's do it today. They've been saying, no, 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 no. They pushed it right up to the wire. If they came back and said in lame duck they want to do the permanent extension, hey, I'm right there with you. Remember, there's 31.
They would do that. Surely isn't that a likely outcome? The lame duck session says, we hear the people, all right, extend for everybody.
They didn't, look, they haven't heard the people since day one. They've been talking about hearing people. We had literally tens if not hundreds of thousands of people outside the Capitol when health care came down saying, no, no, no. What was the expression? Kill the bill. Speaker Pelosi put it up there and it passed. Same thing with cap and trade, same thing with stimulus. They have not heard the people on this. Here's what's going to happen, in my surmise, is they do have lame duck and it comes up. You have 31 Democrats, so-called blue dog Democrats, as some people said have been neutered at this point in time, that they will come back and say, right now they're saying, we want the whole thing. After the election, their tune is going to change. They're going to go with whatever Speaker Pelosi says, partial extension, a year, 12 months, just for a small group. That's what they'll do.
It's a somewhat bleak prospect, Congressman.
It is, and it's light of, the front page story on the Wall Street Journal today. I'm sure you saw it, what today the anniversary is. The 40th anniversary of the Night of the Living Dead, and that's basically where we are right now in the economy as well, with so many people just sort of walking that zombie walk right out there because they don't know what the heck Speaker Pelosi is going to do.
Wait a second. The Night of the Living Dead. That was the movie.
That was the movie.
George Romero.
I was trying to think of some event in politics.
No. This is the movie. This is the 40th anniversary of the coming out of that movie on the bottom fold of the Journal.
That's right. That's right.
That's what the economy is going to be if we continue with these policies.
I hate to give you the last word and have you say that as the last word, but I'm afraid that is it. The night of the living dead, ladies and gentlemen. Congressman Scott Garrett, a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.